It's time for Around the effing Galaxy. Without further ado, where's your plane ticket? Get ready, put your seatbelts on, because we're going all the way around the effing Galaxy.
And we're around
the effing Galaxy.
Boom.
Do you ever know how I did that intro with the voice?
Underwater, as a guess?
No, what I did, I just recorded myself saying it like 3 times, whispering, and it's all together. It's like 3 people, but it's just me saying it 3 times.
So you've like overlapped it, so to speak?
That's around the Galaxy. And you just say it 3 times, it sounds different, right? Together.
Well, I don't know exactly what I'm going to try and after what we've done. Say the same thing 3 times.
Yeah, just mix it together, and it sounds like a Liam chorus.
There you go. We will be joined by Alex Taney, but he's having, I don't know,
he's having audio issues. Yeah, I'm, of course, the patron saint of professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada, effing dry, damn it. And I'm joined by my good friend, all the way on the other side of the water.
I'm the magician, Liam Wakeling. You can find me everywhere on this channel lately. Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Tuesday. At some point through the week, I'm on this channel. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it's the Liam show, basically.
Something like that.
You hear this now?
Oh, there he is!
Yay! I don't have my picture though.
Yeah, you're just this little what are those little characters from the game Sorry? Did you ever play that?
Yeah.
Game? Yeah.
They said mic check 1 2 1 2, so
mic check 1.
Yeah, that'll do. Now, did you know that apparently the vault's under maintenance? Something's going off.
Yeah, something's going on. Probably has something to do with Haney's voice problems. I don't know.
I thought that tiger's like destroyed the entire place.
Well, I think we got some zookeepers in there, and they've got him cornered with some like nets and stuff. But apparently he's managed to kill them.
Oh, okay. Then
we're not going in there until the tiger's fully satisfied.
Are we saying fully satisfied or calm down?
Well, if he's eating the people, he's going to be needing a nice nap.
What's going on, Noob?
Noob, as always. I want to know, Noob, have you watched the new Knuckles show yet? Has anyone watched the new Knuckles show?
I have not. I've been a very busy boy.
Yeah, I thought it was odd to make a TV show for like Knuckles, because he's not exactly mainstream. It's like giving Toad his own series in Mario.
But in this day and age, it's possible. I mean, any have you seen it?
Oh, we lost him. No wonder he wasn't commenting.
There you go. I mean, I guess he didn't like that.
It's like, screw Knuckles.
The thing is, though, when they actually put movies together like that and like bring a series out of something completely irrelevant, you're like, well, why are you bringing this out? Like I said, the Knuckles is probably a prime example. It's like, he's not very... Now, if it were Tails, that'd be a different story.
Well, even Tails, like, I suppose if you have Sonic and Tails being in it. Hello? Are you there?
Hello.
There we go.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. I blame the tiger.
I blame.
Who is this?
What is that? Yeah.
Who is this picture you've posted?
I can't believe that you don't know who that is.
I ain't got a clue.
I'll give you a clue. Great Scott!
Oh, this is Leonard. Not Leonard.
Yes, Leonard Nimoy.
Not
Yes.
Leonard Nimoy. Not Leonard Nimoy at all.
Dear. So anyway, we were talking about before you like disappeared. Have you seen the new Knuckles thing?
No.
Yeah. What do you think about the word sorry?
What?
Well, here's my point. If you say I'm sorry and I apologize, they mean the same thing, right?
No, the one thing I've always taught with something like that, it's one thing saying it, but meaning it's a completely different
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. You mean it. You mean it either way, right? I apologize. You're meaning it from your bottom of your heart.
It's like the wrestling phrase, I'm sorry about your damn luck.
Yes. But this is my point. So if you say, Liam, I'm sorry, I apologize, you're gonna be like, okay, I forgive you. But if you say it at a funeral, you say, I apologize. They're gonna think you murdered him.
Or if you, or if you're like Father Drank, sorry, what was it, Father Jack, and you're like a drunk priest, and you go, I'm so sorry. It's sarcastic. It doesn't mean anything.
Sorry, but all I had was drunk priest.
You must have seen Father Ted, where Father Jack does the, I'm so sorry.
Is this a British thing I'm missing out here?
Yeah.
Yes, it's comedy gold.
I said to Canada Dry earlier, I often forget he's actually from Canada. I keep saying UK terms. He's like, what are you on about?
Yes. Oh, Paris!
I said to him earlier, you all right? He's like, what?
Yeah. All right. What do you guys want to talk about?
I mean, wrestling, of course, that's why we're here, right?
Oh, wrestling, right.
Oh. I was going to.
I figured out this guy's name. Like, what is this act? Lloyd? No, what's the actor's name who plays
Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher Lloyd. That's it.
Saying out loud.
Now, but this is before even Taxi, right?
No, this is after. This is the 80s. This is Clue, the movie.
Oh, okay. He just looks
Tim
different
Curry.
from the Taxi role, yeah.
So one of the best lineup for a movie ever.
Yeah, that was an odd movie.
No, it was great.
You make a movie out of a board game Clue? No.
How dare you?
How dare I?
Let's start with this because this is actually on our list to talk about. And Noob says, how about the recent NXT releases? Now, I think you sent me the list. 2 seconds. Let me have a look. Yeah.
What I want to know is who's next to be released.
Who's next? Goldberg. Who's next?
Goldberg.
I think they should make Goldberg in charge of firing people. Who's next?
Fucking hell, nobody be left. So, of course, one talking name is obviously this guy, Drew Gulak. I mean, Haney, it's been a shocking one, this, because I thought he was really, really underrated.
Yeah, but there's a bit of a story with that, so if it's true, then it had to happen, unfortunately. So, well, not unfortunately, but it's one of the things. He said he accidentally pulled it.
Okay, so we had a bit of an argument, and I had to shut it all down because I don't think it's right. We had a bit of argument in the AFW chat about they all like there's talk of blaming Rhonda for him getting fired, but I don't agree with this because you just don't grab someone's drawstrings, and like Rhonda has nothing to gain out of this. Like I'm not a Rhonda fan personally, but I stand with I always stand with the victims.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've never rated Ronda obviously going to WWE anyway. The UFC thing, obviously she's good in the ring. Obviously that's a different topic altogether. But now, I mean, I'm not really a Ronda fan at all, so I've not really got anything to say really about it. What about you, Annie?
Yeah, I mean, let's what was it? Face it as well. She's married to a scumbag, so what was it called? So, what was it? Good riddance. But if this story's true, then yeah, you can't be doing that.
Well, if you look at it that way, Drew's not a good person either.
Well, yeah, but we're it, it's it, it's an odd one. What was the with the story that came out, because he sort of admitted it, but he says it was a sort of accident, and it's like, how do you pull somebody's drawstring?
Yeah, and he changed the story to slightly favor him more.
I don't know. Nobody came to Ronda's defence as well, which is a bit odd, So I think that's why people are on the fence about it. But I think it did happen. There's no disputing it happened, and you can't be doing stuff like that, But I don't think.
I think there was probably an investigation as well on WWE's part. They just not gonna throw someone under the bus.
And I mean, of course, what was it? Ronda's Manziel was there as well. So, what was it called? He could have stood up for her, but then again, he only likes hitting women. So, what was it called? Yeah, it's a strange one.
Let's move on. Who else got fired?
Let me just read the names out a second. So, yeah, breaking PW Insiders confirmed the following WWE NXT talents have been released today: Ezekiel Balogun, Julian Balde, Trey Bearhill, Emario Diaz, who was showcased on WWE's Roku channel series, WWE Next Gen, Valentina Feroz, Drew Gulak, we've also just talked about, Keishon LaFour, again, who was obviously on that Next Gen, Daryl Mason, Vlad Plavenko, and Kia Saint. Did I say all them right?
They look like all guys that just didn't. They were signed and they just didn't pan out, except for Drew Gulak.
Yeah, there's not really the like you think. Oh, that's a shame. Do you know what I mean? They're all like, fair enough.
You're always going to get releases this time of year in NXT anyway, because they're attached to that sort of nil program, and it was the sort of. What was it? The academic year's nearly over, so they need to clear some room for the next load of like people to try and come in and take their place and hopefully become wrestlers, And I think what was it? If they take in 20 people and they get 2 wrestlers out of it, I think they're doing well,
And I don't think they have much room to show what they got. Like if you haven't shown by this time that you have anything,
yeah. I mean, they get plenty of opportunities. I mean, there's lots of NXT shows and things like that go on locally, and what was that we don't know about, because they're not like televised. They're just like little house shows and things like that, and live events. So, it's like any sport. You people get cut. People seem to get arsey about it because it's wrestling. Go look at the NFL and see how many people get caught every season at the beginning of the season of NXL, NFL. What was it? It's a ridiculous number. What was it? People that don't make it, but nothing gets said about that. And the good thing about the NXT is the NXT is picking up some of these guys that go from college, don't get picked up from the NFL, so they're giving them another opportunity at a program through the NIL program, So. And they've got some good names out of it, So
it's just the nature of the beast. Like,
the cream always rises to the top, What was it called? And it's difficult, We look at things. I mean, even going through history of wrestling, like the favourite word of people just now in the internet wrestling community is nepotism. They go on about The Rock and Cody Rhodes and blah blah blah, But these guys did have like connections. But go look at what Cody did. But was as an amateur wrestler, his dad didn't do that. His dad was a sportsman, But what was it? He was there on his own merit. He had the ability. Brought guys like what was it? The Rock, he came through.
Look also at Ted DiBiase, and he had the same opportunity as Cody, but he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He wanted to do.
Yeah, he didn't take the ball to the goal line.
Well, he decided that he wanted to go and like serve God and what was it, and do stuff for his family and do other things, So,
and you also had the younger brother who was also interested in it as well, and then he just didn't pan out.
Yeah, but and you have amazing talent that don't pan out. You mean look at Richie Steamboat, absolute phenomenal. The stuff that him and Bo Dallas had in FCW, the matches they had in the NXT were absolutely phenomenal. Everybody looks at what Bray was. I mean, Bo just get shafted with a shitty gimmick when he came up, you know. But was it?
The other thing I want to talk about really quickly is that Bray Wyatt. He always said his brother had more talent than him.
Yeah, yep. Bo was an absolute phenomenal wrestler. Go watch, go YouTube Richie Steamboat and Bo Dallas and FCW. The matches are absolutely phenomenal. Just unfortunate that Richie got injured, and it just got ended. You know, I mean, his injury was basically don't wrestle or you'll die sort of scenario. So or get paralyzed.
I could have seen easily Richie Steamboat rising to like incredible levels had he not been injured.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So should we move along, or have got anything to add?
Let's move along. Let's move along.
Of course. So a lot of fans have noticed that a certain wrestler is missing from the AEW page. This is a common thing, and it is, of course, Ethan Page.
MJF.
What?
Ethan Page? Yeah, he's his contract's over, and I'm curious. I think WWE would be smart to pick up on him.
I can see him going back to TNA.
I can see it, but I think this guy's loaded with charisma. Even if it's NXT, I think he would do great.
Or Scott D'Amore's new promotion, which is Maple Leaf Wrestling.
Oh, that's a good point.
So, he's trademarked that name, which is quite interesting because WWE had that name. You know, they bought that right. So, yeah.
You put the belt on Ethan Page.
Champion. Can you bring up that picture again?
This one?
Oh, yeah, of the roster.
2 seconds. I'm just going to load it back up. There you go.
You look at Hook. He looks like Gabrielle. You know that the artist from the 90s that used to sing "Dreams Can Come True."
Oh, dear,
you know that worked for his little joke there.
Yes.
So,
his dreams aren't coming true. Sorry.
I was about to say before you interrupted me, I said with Ethan Page, is it one of those things where it's kind of sad because he's great in the ring, he's good on the mic, he's a good all-rounder, but it's just not panned out?
The problem with the EW is once Tony gets fed up with a toy, it goes into the toy box and doesn't play with it anymore.
Now that the toy box is ROH.
Yeah, you know, it seems to be a commonplace, but once they're out of favour, they just sort of like disappear. So yeah, I mean, he was a good talent, but I don't think he was ever going to be like top tier.
No, the best he's going to do is international champion, TNT champion, or something of that nature. But you know, it's also like when you have a stacked roster like AEW does, it's like some people are going to fall through the cracks.
Well, it's not even the cracks. It comes down to what we were talking about a minute ago about NXT. It's the nature of the beast. Any sport, you're going to get cut. You know, again, we focus so much on that word released or wrestlers expired. Nobody's going to go at the end of the NFL season. The football season he is about to finish. Nobody's going to go, such and such is now without a club, and they'll go through a big list. How outrageous that this is happening, and that, you know.
Exactly. Same with hockey. Every hockey season, after it's over, people just the club decides not to renew certain players' contracts. They decide to build better on different players or whatever, right? So.
Yeah, it's time the wrestling community get over themselves and try to stop making issue of these things.
Would you say they need to touch grass?
Yeah, well, yeah. I suppose it is legal in Canada, isn't it? So.
Is it not legal in UK?
No. Forbidden.
It's forbidden.
It's forbidden. Forbidden, yes. Some you can get it medically. Some people can get it medically, but
if you have a medical card, it's legal then. In a lot of states as well.
Yeah, I mean, places are going back the way. Some of the states that are, what was it? I've got it are looking at going back the way because, I mean, we don't live in the states, but they sort of, from what I've read, places like Seattle and San Francisco and things like that, they sort of the whole communities have deteriorated, you know. But again,
I don't think
mean
it's
that's
weed
another.
related. I think it's more related
Yeah,
to.
see, the thing the thing is, it's an odd one because some people say it's a gateway drug. You know, some people say it isn't addictive, but a
Oh, it
lot
is
of
for
the
sure. It's for sure addictive.
yeah, what was it? But what was it? It's like anything else. It's like alcohol. Some people have just got that addictive nature. They need to get that more and more and more. You know, so
Yeah, and if you have
um,
an addictive personality, you're gonna be like,
yes,
well, what can I do now?
yeah, exactly. You know, so what was it? It's about getting that sort of balance. You know, but yeah, what was it called?
And I think it's the perfect time for knowledge is power.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm ready when you are.
Kids, sometimes in life, people are gonna try to offer you drugs, but it's important to remember: just say no. And then Nancy Reagan from the 80s.
Well, I was thinking of Grange Hill, but I don't know if what was it? Liam will get that reference. He might be too young for that reference. Where the Just Say No campaign from Grange Hill, the BBC children's program from like the
I
70s
think
and
they
80s.
stole it from Nancy Reagan in UK.
No, this was before Nancy Reagan. This was
Oh, really?
this
So
was
she
like
stole it from them.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Come on, everyone steals everything these days. Let's be honest.
yeah.
But moving quite along. What do we got next?
I'm going to get this guy out of the way because it's pictures there and it's doing my head in. It's, of course, Hulk Hogan.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan spoke to the 700 Club about his recent...
Now, the 700 Club is a Christian television program.
Yeah, and he said the WWE Hall of Famer was asked about the most draining part of the wrestling persona he sustained for over 30 years. And it said, Hogan said that he noticed his reactions to moves got more cheers from the crowd than doing the moves themselves. This launched him into the new character that was eventually become the Hulkamania character. Why is that draining? I feel like that's just like working the crowd. Let's be honest, ain't it?
Yeah, he likes to build a story around and a narrative around everything. It can't just be like the normal thing. It's like I'm the only one it happened to, brother.
I wonder if he's actually being honest here, because if you think about it, all these lies and everything he does, he tells all these stories.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be most
This
draining
is
part.
That's what the draining part is. You're trying to remain relevant. That's got to be draining.
Mm-hmm. But is that a lie if you believe it?
George Costanza says no.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? The hardest thing about telling a lie is remembering the lie you told, and he seems to be consistent with his lies. So, what was it? It's
well, the one about working so many days. He's changed a few of them.
Yeah,
he's changed that one to be more logical.
Yes,
but
I don't know.
But yeah, I think like that would be draining, trying to remain relevant for all this time, like to just to keep your name out there.
But the thing is, I mean, every wrestler we know this day and age will eventually, I'm not saying die out, but like retire. You know what I mean? Retire. That's probably the best way I could put it.
I think that's the problem with wrestlers. Some wrestlers don't know when to retire or just don't go away. You know, they're still there or they got brought back for like special occasions and things like that. I mean, we spoke about it on the podcast last week about the Mount Rushmore, and the one thing about Hogan is he's compared to Babe Ruth, and from what I understand about the Babe Ruth story, it was quite controversial at the end, you know. And a lot of people will sort of distance themselves, but I'm not saying what was it. I mean, it's not a nice thing, but certainly I think when Hogan finally passes, there will be a huge, big outpouring, and he will be that big, huge name again. But
which
you
is
can't
kind of
miss.
sad for Hulk Hogan
Sorry.
because he's desperately trying to hold on, and it's only after he's dead that people will care again.
Well, there is another aspect to this that's quite interesting, and it's linked the big success is linked with serious mental health and what was it and a lot of suicides. What was it? Take the music industry music industry for example. You go in front of a big band goes in front of what was it 20, 30, 40,000 people, and then half an hour later they're in a hotel room by themselves. What was it? That has a huge ramification for your mental health because
Okay,
basically,
I have a question for you, Alex.
yes.
Okay, we know Sunny Tammy Lynn Cinch or whatever her name is.
Mhm.
So she had this like tragic thing happen. She ran over someone, and she's in jail now.
Yep.
So if she doesn't become a star in wrestling, is she living a normal life with kids and a husband and a picket fence somewhere?
Well, she was quite intelligent. I mean, she was at I think she was going into the medical practice, but was it medical world and things like that as well. So
Yeah. So do you think that there's no fame that she's living a
yes,
normal life right now?
well, yeah, possibly. I mean, when you're living around a scenario where you've got where alcohol and in the case of wrestling, where alcohol and drugs were prevalent and they were everywhere, you know. But was it? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've been around. I've been around some. I mean, not bands that were like overly successful, but I've been to music festivals and things like that where they were participants of, and being in that sort of area, and the stuff that's available is just it would shock you, you know. Um, I, I mean, I wasn't even talking about the sort of mental like the abuse side of things. The sheer impact of emotion of going from like euphoria to nothing in a room.
Well, yeah,
Must
like
be
you're talking about like the movie The Wrestler, right?
yeah, mentally draining. I'm talking. I'm using music as an example. I'm using like
Yeah.
Chris Cornell or Michael Hutchinson's and things like that. These people. What was it? Passed after concerts. Because they went from that huge euphoria to like nothing, and fame must be addictive in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it? It's hard for us to understand because we're not famous, but it's easy
Speak
to
for
say in
yourself.
hindsight as well. Sorry.
I said, speak for yourself.
Yeah, well, we all don't. We all aren't famous in what was it? What was it? Where is it? You're famous again? Ghana.
Oh yeah, I'm big in Japan too.
Yeah.
Oh dear. The thing is, right, when you mentioned that, the one thing I'm seeing a lot of lately is like wrestlers like commenting saying they're taking some time away to focus on like the well-being, the health and stuff. And I'm thinking maybe there's like a big psychological thing when it comes to wrestlers, which we don't understand as fans.
But don't you look at like a guy like Ric Flair, who is
Yeah.
pissed off he's not part of that documentary for the fall of WCW.
But he's pissed off for a different reason. He's pissed off because he's been divorced 3 times and he's got alimony coming out of the thingy, so he's got no money left. So he needs that documentary. Hogan to an extent as well. I mean, Hogan had a big divorce as well. So what was it? That plays a big factor in it as well. What was it? It's a difficult one, but then again, I mean, Flair was given the perfect send off. I still say Flair was given the best send off of any wrestler ever with Shawn Michaels.
What do you do with all that money that he did for his last match?
Pass.
You don't know. No one knows.
There's an interest. There's an Roddy spoke about what was it? Roddy spoke about Flair and how he worried about Rick, because Rick can go into Rick would go into a bar and somebody and people will go and try and buy Ric Flair a drink, and the first thing Ric Flair will do is say no, 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 no. I'll get the rounds in. You know, he's always on. He's always there to sort of what was it? He's always there to sort of like show what was it? Be the showman. You know.
Yeah,
What
because
was it?
if you're
Roddy?
buying everyone drinks, you're the big shot.
Yeah, Roddy spoke about it because he was talking about him as well. He was a party animal, and it was Adrian Adonis.
Yeah.
He says Adrian Adonis told him because he was going off the rails, and he says the thing you need is you need a home, you need a family. Go buy a house. You know, that was what Roddy's story was about Adrian. Go buy a house.
Yeah, Adrian told Roddy that.
Yes, you know. What was it? And he took that advice, whereas Rick still keeps on living that life, you know. But again, we don't know that the addiction to that fame and that what was it? Just being recognised. What was it?
Like if we go to pop culture, look what happened to Britney Spears.
Yeah, but pop culture is the reason why Britney's in that situation as well, because people don't understand mental health. She needed that courtship, right? So the basically everybody. I mean, it might have been true that the parents were exploiting it to get money out of it, but it's quite clear that she needs that. What was it? And then everybody, well, she looks normal. She looks normal. Mental health. What does her mental health look like? Nobody knows. You know,
but not to the point where she can't go buy herself a pair of Skechers.
Yes.
That's what it got ridiculous.
Yeah, you know, but what was it? But we don't understand. We don't understand the reasoning behind that. There might be a reason behind that we don't understand. You know, what was it? It starts off as buying like something like that. You know, but then it spirals out. You know, and we don't know. You don't know what mental impact that has on like them being told no. Especially with somebody that's been so successful and has got all that money, to be told that you can't access it because you're not mentally responsible enough to do it. Everybody's going to be all traumatized. God forbid that something terrible happens to her. You know, what was it? And then they'll all be up in arms about what was it? Why weren't people looking after her and things like that. It's always the same. But was it fame? Fame isn't worth it for a lot of things, you know.
No, fame can kill you. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it does, you know.
Look at Justin Bieber when he was first becoming famous. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
he has mellowed down a little bit, but I'm still on the fence a little bit with him.
And you know what I say? Moving along.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Just one more thing on that. I mean, Joe Pasquale still hasn't recovered from his fame in the 90s.
I don't know who that is.
He's a comedian.
Okay.
Right, we'll shift focus and put something a bit more light-hearted. Canada Dry, do you believe?
I'm trying to.
Okay, do you believe in this guy?
I've heard he's got quite a following in the UK.
I think he's number 6, the song, and it's just absolutely wonderful. I love it. Vinny, do you know much about this?
Yep, let me just check because the chart should be released by now.
It was.
Let's see what he's. UK single charts. Let's see.
Now, friend of the channel, Stevie Aaron is good friends with this guy.
He is. He posted something earlier, and it's like a proud father, you know, with it. It's just terrific.
Well, imagine like you see some of the people that you know like climbing up the ladder. Like pretty much he's one of the bigger stars in TNA right now.
Oh, absolutely, he is. I'm just looking at it now.
And AJ Francis is doing a great job as a heel in this back and forth.
Oh, definitely.
I think it was Creed that he did last night. What was it with AJ Francis?
Annie, I've got it. So he's number 4 on the singles download chart and number 6 on the single sales chart.
So
TNA is doing really well in the UK then.
Oh, TNA's always did. What wound me up more so is when obviously when Dixie was obviously kind of in charge, they didn't capitalize on the TNA thing because there was rumors to like move to the UK because the following. I think that at one point they liked him better than WWE. Is that fair, ain't it?
Yeah. What was it? I think one of the big factors as well was that WWE was behind a paywall, and what was it? Well, you still had to have like cable, but it was on Freeview, so it was massive. It was on Challenge. It was doing silly numbers for a wrestling show, which was awesome. And if you went to one of their events, it was just crazy. They were over here for weeks on end. I think Jeff was a big fan of bringing it over here because he wanted to tap into all the UK talent before. Unfortunately, they pissed about, and then WWE signed most of the good guys. So
yeah. And if I remember rightly, it was the Aces and Eights storyline at the time, which it was hot and cold for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I've seen the product now, and it's really, really good. There's some good talent there. Santana's obviously back there. Sammy Callahan's obviously there. Matt Hardy.
The production has gone down, though.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I've noticed that the production has gone down.
But what you comparing that to? You comparing that to? For me, the production.
I guess because I'm watching AEW and WWE every
week.
But not all productions are going to be the same, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
don't have high def. Yeah.
No.
It's not that
it is what it is.
It's not that it's went down. It's just the other ones have improved their sort of quality with the cameras and that they've got and the
Alex,
drones.
I just want to say I loved you in Back to the Future.
Thank you.
And a Taxi, you were really good in that.
Yep, I was good in that. Yep. I was good in Taxi.
I didn't like you in Clue though. It just seemed a little different.
Oh, Clue was Clue was great. I can't believe you would even go there. I mean,
it didn't do well at the box office though. Let's be honest.
Yes, but it had Tim Curry on it, so it's not my fault or his fault that people are douchebags and they don't see good quality movies.
Douchebags. They are.
Yeah.
We move along because we've got.
All right, moving along. I love saying moving along.
Move along. Thank you. Nothing to say here.
Now I want to talk about the Elite from Dynamite this week because I've got to be honest, this really drew me in. I mean,
move along. Nothing to say here.
I love look at Okada.
He's getting his finger somewhere that it shouldn't be.
He's like he's just smiling away.
Oh dear! I'm going to be honest. I really enjoyed the opening segment there with Tony Khan like on video feed, and then they cut it off going, "No, we're in charge here." And then I've got to be honest. I really like that video they played.
Well, if you look at like when Tony's starting it, it's so low production, and all of a sudden when the Bucks are there, it's like high production. Tony got talked about like there's going to be a GM, possibly. Hinted at that, so maybe that's Kenny Omega.
Oh,
possibly. I mean, but what did you reckon to this actual segment? Do you know Omega getting attacked by the Elite? Obviously, knowing the history, ain't it?
Well, I outlined this whole storyline like weeks ago in the podcast. That the Elite were going to come back. They were going to attack Kenny. They were going to attack Tony. They were going to form a stable. They were probably going to bring Jack Perry in. What's not happened yet is Tony's probably going to join them. They're going to probably have a big.
If Tony joins, I think it's going to be great.
Well, I've had more entertaining enemies. So what was I'm not big on this at all.
Do you think Hangman will join?
What?
Do you think Hangman will be part of the Elite?
Oh, I hope not. I hope it. I hope not. Yeah, but was it? If this is what it all in is, jeez, you know.
Hey, Haney's not a fan, but I absolutely love this. Okada and Omega at All In. I'm excited for that match if they manage to get that. If Omega's back in time. Yeah, I'm loving this elite storyline of just taking over.
The only downside for me is that I just can't take Jack Perry seriously. I've got to be honest.
I think Jack Perry has done a great job elevating himself on the mic.
It's like WCW in '98, like produced by Wish.com. It's just like yeah. I'm not a big fan of. I don't like these guys either. I think these guys are total douchebags. That's my favorite word today. Boss wankers.
In between his reference.
He's known to call people bus wankers.
Yes.
Liam, were you a bus wanker?
I used to be.
You used to be a bus wanker.
You were a bus wanker during the week because you were waiting for the bus at the hospital.
Yes,
yeah.
I learned how to bus wank by my good friend Al Caney.
No, that's just that's just sick. He
taught me how to bus wank.
Don't do that. You'll get thrown off the bus.
This is how you do it.
That's not the point of it. That's not the point of it. The act of is not the point of what it is. It doesn't mean that.
Yeah, so I know it doesn't mean that.
Yes.
Moving along.
Moving along,
yes.
shall we?
Moose wanker.
Moose wanker.
So Canada, you sent me a thing earlier saying Luke Harper is coming back to WWE. Do you actually mean Eric Rowan?
Eric. Oh yeah, Luke Harper. Yes, that would be amazing if they could pull this. If we could bring back Luke Harper.
It's Eric Rowan, isn't it?
Yes, Eric Rowan is coming back to W. Yeah, I even forgot about Luke Harper, like who that even is, because I know him as Brody Lee.
Thing is, when
he was like Brody Lee for 6 weeks.
I know, but he was remembered as that.
So with Eric Rowan coming back, then do we feel like this Uncle Howdy storyline is going to make a comeback?
The only way he makes any relevance in there is in that Wyatt 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because without that, I don't see any use for him.
I mean, possibly. Henny, what do you think?
Yeah.
He's not that sweet, is he?
Noob's making that comment as well.
What's the comment?
I believe Eric might go and join the Wyatt 6.
I think it would be better if he joined Bianca and Jade and formed a tag team.
he would be too pretty.
Yes, they could call himself too pretty.
Yeah, too pretty.
Yes.
And
ironically, in that tag team, he wouldn't even be the one with the biggest beard.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. Have you seen the beard on Bianca Belair? Oh, no, just kidding.
Move along, shall we?
Moving along!
Oh, dear. We obviously have now a new WWE Speed Champion, and it's, of course, Ricochet. Have you guys actually watched
Which one's Ricochet?
Ricochet.
Oh, the one with the belt. Okay, that's Ricochet.
Are you sure they both look like related slightly? Do you reckon?
He's like mini me of Triple H with the bald head.
Do you know what they should? They should have. What was it? Every time the title changes hand, they should have like Flash from Zootopia. Now the sloth handing over the belt. Really slowly.
It's a speed champion, but it's someone slowly handing it. Here you go.
Oh dear. So
have you caught any of these speed matches yet? Anyone?
I have not.
I've watched a couple of them. You know, it's just wrestling done quick.
Now, do you like it?
It's not my cup of tea, but I can see why WWE's doing it because the viewerships on it is ridiculous.
If there's getting good views, then that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these could also go on TikTok as well. I mean, the viewership on that can be ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think like sometimes wrestling has passed us by because it's not really for us anymore in certain areas like this.
What do you mean?
We're not the demographic they're after.
No, we just sit here and just literally debunk the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, I think they're after the younger, teenagers and stuff like that. So,
I don't know. I think that depends on the promotion. I think WWE just wants to just grow to whatever any age group. AEW is like your casual audience and stuff like that. I think the thing is with TNA. I think the main thing is for TNA is to get off that fucking network.
They need more than 500 TV buys.
That's bad. That especially when you had that many returns.
Yeah, ugh.
Anyway, what do you think
about TNA?
Do they actually need to get off that network?
The difficult thing is they're on the network with the company that owns them. So
they can't.
So they can't, I mean, it's not like in the UK. I mean, what was it? SmackDown was on earlier in the UK live on TNT.
I reckon it's this. So you got a shitty sports team owner who's not doing the proper, not investing the money in the team, not signing free agents.
Tony Khan.
And
literally Tony Khan.
Stop interrupting me. So he's not investing in the proper if you might as well sell the team if you can't invest properly.
Tony Khan and Fulham. It's exactly what he's doing right now. It's exactly why they're hated.
Is he not signing free agents in Fulham? Is he not investing the money?
No. What was it? What was it? Some of the a lot of them don't like the Cans at all.
It's true. He's on point.
What was it?
So they're not as well received as Jacksonville.
That's why I knew. What was it? All this stuff that's happened. We've not even seen the worst of Tony, right? And what he's capable of, and reacting to people.
So let me ask you: how long has Tony owned the Fulham?
Well, Tony doesn't. His dad owns it, but he's part of the thing.
So how long have they owned that team?
Oh, it must be going on. What was it? 12 years now. So
now they own that before they own the Jacksonville Jaguars. Am I right?
You're going. I'll have a look. I'll confirm this.
Yeah.
You guys carry on talking.
I think they had the Jacksonville team before. I'm not sure because they've basically tried to buy Wembley twice as well.
Yeah, and they would move the Fulham team into Wembley. Is that what they were?
Well, that was the intention. Yes.
And who plays in Wembley now?
Nobody. It's owned by the FA.
Just for events and stuff.
Yes.
So they've owned Fulham since July 2013.
Yep. So.
And how long have they owned the Jaguars?
Khan's first attempt to purchase a National Football League team came from February 11, 2010, when an entitlement in an agreement to acquire 60% of the St. Louis Rams for November 29th, 2011.
Now, while we're on the football in UK, what do you think of Ryan Reynolds, what he's done with Wrexham and his team?
I think it's brilliant. Plain and simple.
I'm not allowed to say anything bad about Ryan Reynolds because Fiona will beat me up because she loves him.
Well, you're talking to a guy who lives in Ryan Reynolds' hometown.
I mean, I'm still traumatized about Van Wilder with that bulldog and the chocolate eclair. I will never be able to look at that man properly in the face.
Just focus on Deadpool, okay? That's all you need to do.
It was traumatizing. It was disgusting. It was vile. I could never eat a chocolate eclair again.
What are you even talking about?
Have you never seen Van Wilder?
No, I've never seen it. No. Oh,
So
this
Van
is in
Wilder,
his younger days. This is like right after Three Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, and he's just
yes.
starting out.
So Van Wilder, so Van Wilder, he was like a guy that was stuck at university and he didn't want to leave. And there's all the way through this film, there's this bulldog with these big giant bollocks, right? Yeah, right. And to get revenge on somebody, he gave them chocolate eclairs, and the guy goes, creamy. And the next thing you see is the dog appearing with no longer having big. So you can use your imagination what was in the eclair.
Oh no!
I know.
I can't eat an eclair ever again now. Thanks a lot, Haney.
Ruined it.
Ruined it. Next, move on.
Moving along.
So, Noob's obviously bringing one up, which we're going to talk about next, and it is Camila signed to AEW, meaning she's all elite. Now, originally she was, of course, rumored to be WWE. Now, kind of dry, you pointing something out about a movie or something?
Yes, she is. She's starring in a movie about the first NWA Women's Champion, Mildred Burke. Now, I don't think Mildred Burke quite gets the flowers that she deserves. So it's cool that they're making a movie about her because her status, she doesn't get the love that May got or Moolah got. So I'm excited to see like her getting the proper flowers in this movie. Camille doesn't play Mildred Burke; she plays another wrestler. But I'm excited to watch this.
You know what I hate? The term flowers. Yeah, I hate them as well. But
well, it is the flower shop. Come on.
It's like I'm out here giving him his flowers. Well, where's my flowers? Where's my bouquet?
Oh, you know what I don't like is I've been pumping your tires. Why aren't you pumping my tires? You should be pumping my tires, Alex.
What?
Pump my tires.
Pump up the jam.
Did you ever have my jam out of this?
Did you ever have a pair of Reebok pumps?
I couldn't afford them.
Yeah.
I was it was just out of my.
So the first time I ever seen Reebok pumps is when I discovered WCW because it was I was still at primary school at the time, so I was in primary 6, primary 7, and one of the guys in the class he had a family member coming over from the States, visiting from the States, and he had Reebok pumps, and everyone was like, "Oh," but he came into the school because he was there for like 3 months, so he joined the class and things like that, and it was like Easter, and we were allowed to bring in like board games and things like that, but we were like ahead of the time. We brought on our Nintendos, and we were playing like shitty things like Kickoff and what was it, Super Mario, and then he brought out WCW, and I'm like, what is that? And it's like, it's WCW, and it's like, is that like fake? You know, so like there's WWE, WWF.
Is this game fixed?
Is this like a pretend wrestling group? But yeah, that's how I discovered WCW. Up to that point, all we knew was WWF.
Now, what does WCW stand for?
World Croquet
Weaving.
Bankers.
I don't. Oh my goodness, we're having some fun here. We're just relaxing and we're just making some jokes. And
you know, when here's an interesting question: when did WCW go bankrupt? When did WCW get liquidated?
The official date.
I
think it was 2001 as a guess. I can't remember the exact date.
No.
Is it way before that?
It was way after that.
Oh,
okay.
So, what was it? What happened?
Vince and everyone bought it.
Vince bought, and then Vince bought. WCW was split into two things because hopefully the documentary will tell the real story of WCW. But basically, WCW was loaded with a whole load of toxic debt from the buyover from Time Warner, which and it was put into a thing called Universal. I think it was a Universal Wrestling Federation or something like that, an entity, and that's where all the actual WCW debt went to. WCW, as the original company, was liquidated in 2017, between 2017 and 2019, when they were doing the mergers of all the sort of what was it, Discovery and TNT and Warner Brothers and things like that. And that's when the actual
Warner Brothers still owned WCW at that point.
Yes. So what was it? That was when they wound up the company. That
But
was
they
the
just
same.
didn't own the rights to the name WCW or the
Well,
logo.
yeah. Basically, they sold off the assets. That's why WWE got it so cheap. They sold off the assets to it. That basically when when WCW was sold, the wrestlers that had long-term contracts were transferred into this company.
Oh,
So they were paid through this company as well. So legitimately that is the real WCW, whereas what Vince got was basically just a asset grab.
Yeah, just the name on the libraries.
Yes, name in the library. It was not really WCW. Well, we know that anyways, but
there you go. So we've got two more stories.
Facts for smacks. What do we got next?
So we've got two more stories to cover, and we'll do the short one first, then we'll have the big one to end with. And Seth Rollins has obviously officially re-signed with WWE.
I love that you found the worst possible shirt. Like, this is ridiculous.
I could have picked any single fucking photo with him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you look ridiculous.
Oh, dear. I mean, I will be honest, I like him in the ring, but I flipping hate his ring gear. Let's be honest.
I hope when he comes back, he changes it up, because I hate this gimmick.
Whoa!
What?
That was Cody. That wasn't Seth.
Yeah, you got confused there.
I got confused there.
Yeah. I like he's getting big money for this, and they lock him up. Like, he wasn't going anywhere. He's not going to show up in AEW. No, there was no chance of that.
This man is literally WWE, like, born and bred, as I always call it.
So they were smart to lock him up, though, because he's a backbone of the roster.
Yep. Anything to add?
No, it's Seth, isn't it? What can you say? I don't think we'll see him for a good while, though, unfortunately. But yeah,
he's out injured now. So
yeah, the only thing I hope is he comes back with a brand new gimmick. Stop this laughing clown shit. Stop the gimmick dressing up weird.
I'm sure he borrowed Becky's fucking wardrobe.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. I'm sure that's what he does it for. Is to like outdo her outfits. You know, the flamboyant outfits. Some of the outfits they've had are pretty cool. You know, between the two of them, it's funny.
It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
No,
it's like chalk and cheese.
Yeah,
which is a really bad reference, but anyway.
Chalk and cheese? What?
It's like it's two things which don't go together, as we're basically saying.
Yeah, like shit and sugar.
Is this a British thing, chalk and cheese?
Any explain?
I've never heard this before. Would you like some chalk and cheese?
Do you know what chalk is?
I know chalk, writing chalk, right?
Do you know what cheese is?
Yes, it's cheese that you put on a sandwich, a cheese sandwich, yeah.
Do they go together?
Do they go together?
Well, I don't think so, but it's so random that you're.
But that's the whole point. They're completely different from each other.
Well, you know what doesn't go together is milk and spaghetti.
Well, there you go. That's another one. Right, we'll end on this story.
Milk and spaghetti.
All right, chill out.
Okay.
Pineapple on pizza?
No way. That. You know what? You can say what you want about pineapple and pizza, but it might be even controversial. But it is loved by half the amount of people in the world.
But disqualifies it from being an actual authentic pizza. Therefore, it is not pizza. So what are you actually eating?
Definitely pizza. All you need for pizza is cheese, sauce, bread, and you can put any topping on it you want.
I've never had bread. I've never had a what was it, a thick white loaf on my pizza.
Crust. I'm talking about crust, not actual bread.
Crusts. Oh, okay.
Now let me say, if you do the crust wrong on a pizza, that's everything.
Well, you've got different types of pizza. You've got like a pan pizza, which is like, and then you've got like a thin crust. You know,
I don't like the thin crust pizzas. No,
I prefer it. You
like the thin crust pizzas?
I used to have the deep pan thing, but then I found that when you get to like the thing, it's just right doughy and horrible.
Well, it's because you're in the UK. You got to go to Chicago and have a real deep dish pizza.
Look, is this like go to Philly for like a Philly? Was it a Philly? Was it
Philly cheesesteak? Yeah, this is like
it's just a gimmick, you know.
Well, no, like we have deep dish here in Vancouver, but it's not anywhere near as good as the Chicago deep dish.
I mean, we have Chicago town pizza, which you can put in the microwave for 3 minutes, and then you've got like a nice pizza to eat.
That's called Delicious.
Oh dear, I'm not taking piss out or anything because the last time I did that, I got shouted at by loads of people.
Which one did you get shouted at?
That Popeyes.
Yeah, have you tried the Popeyes in the UK, Alex?
No, I'm not one of these idiots that stand in a queue for like 4 hours just to get a.
Yeah, it's not the same as it is as in America. He showed some pictures. It's absolutely gross.
Yeah,
they haven't been able to do the franchise properly.
I put it on my social media saying I'm never having it again, and then literally everyone like from the outside the UK just came at me. I'm like, whoa, sorry.
Well, no, it's fair because they don't understand what your world is because it's not the same.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like Nando's. Nando's used to be awesome. Now it's like you go to Nando's and it's like getting I think they buy like anorexic chicken or something like that because
get your anorexic chicken here.
Yeah,
it's Taco Bell. That's another one.
Oh yeah.
We have one more story.
We have. So we're going to end on obviously this big story, and it's this one. Brad Bloom, CEO of WWE, has quit the company. Wow, this is a big shot. Canada, the dry?
Yes. What did you say my name?
I didn't know.
Canada, dry. He's the CEO of WWE. Was the CEO. But yeah, he was quite close with Vince. So I'm wondering if this is related to the sex scandal.
Possibly.
Do you know anything about this, Haney?
No, I've never even heard of the guy.
Yeah, I didn't before today either, but I looked it up, and he apparently was quite close to Vince McMahon in the boardroom meetings, and I guess this is just WWE cleaning house. I don't think he actually quit. I think he was asked to resign.
Do you think this is Stephanie's new position?
Oh, possibly. That's a good point. Because they want to keep some goodwill into the original WWE, and that's how you do it with Stephanie.
It's funny that because I've just googled his name, and the first thing I've seen is McMahon guy Brad Boom resigns from WWE. That's the first thing I've seen.
Yeah. So the other thing is John Laurinaitis flips his story
again.
Yeah. So originally he was saying he was a victim of Vince McMahon. Now he's like, no, Janelle Grant lied. It's like now you're not helping Vince McMahon's case by flipping now.
But let's be honest, and regardless of what the scenario, it sounds like that case is going to go away very soon. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Unfortunately,
you don't think it's
true? No.
I think it's yeah. Well, we'll see. But yeah, John Laurinaitis isn't helping the cause of Vince McMahon's side by backing it now after he said he was a victim. So like, you're hurting the credibility of the case.
Yeah. these things are interesting because what he said in the past and what he says when he finally gets on the stand is two different things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What was it? If it's criminal, it should be criminally investigated. I still think that. What was? I don't think everybody goes on about. Everybody goes on about like, oh, yeah, but you want to get something out of it, the money out of it. You know, what was it? If she's
Can you
if
show
she's
Noob's last comment?
sorry.
So I wanted him to show Noob's last comment.
This one?
Oh, we figured out what it is. It's World Championship Wrestling. It's not.
Ooh.
We got it wrong.
Silly us. Anyway.
I forgot what we're talking about.
Yeah.
This case with the court case?
Yeah, so it's. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple more names that'll probably disappear, but a lot of the we might be just looking into a lot of this. A lot of these guys are at that age where they're at retirement age or should have retired. You know, so what was it? It could just be tied in with all this. You know.
Now, is he getting a severance package?
Well, the one thing we don't know is there what was it? Is this a sort of like a voluntary redundancy thing? You know, there's lots of stuff that we may or may not know inside of it, or is it sort of tied? What was it to the court case? He's been told go before you. Sorry, what was it? Leave before you're sort of like pushed out the door. You know, we just don't know. What was it? The sort of like scenario around it. I mean, I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even think this of like big news because there's been more sort of bigger people left. But these titles are sort of like jobs for the boys, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I mentioned Stephanie's name, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of these jobs are sort of rolled into others and roles disappear. You know.
Yeah, it could be. It could be, or you give Stephanie a new title, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
The one the one I'm curious to see what happens with is Bruce Pritchard because it seems to be very quiet with him at the minute.
Bruce is going nowhere, I don't think, because Bruce is well liked with the boys. What was it? From my understanding, and he was released. He was gone, and then he came back.
Yeah, he's only back for like the last couple of years, right?
Yeah, he's not like he was in sort of Vince's sort of inner circle, but he wasn't like a Vince guy, you know.
He was back in the 80s. He was a big Vince guy, but then he kind of fell out
Yeah.
of favor.
I mean, you've got what was it? Michael Hayes there as well. I mean, he's still there. I mean, he's got his own issues as well. I mean, he's a non-racist. You know, what was it? There's other people there.
Alleged. Let's go. Let's see if we can allege it.
Well, it's not alleged. I mean, what was it? What was it?
I just don't want to get in trouble here. That's all I'm saying.
Well, go. I mean, what was said to Mark Henry at the Hall of Fame speech? That was sort of that's on record. That's not sort of what was it? Alleged. So, that's sort of what was it? Common knowledge that what was said was said. You know. I mean, what was using the N word and what was it? And things like that. It's just it was said. You know.
Yeah, I just don't want to get in trouble and everyone suing us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, don't sue us. We've got no money. We don't want to be sued.
No, we got no money.
We got no money. We just got soul.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much for coming on, Alex. Appreciate it. We had a good time on the show with you today. Just clowning around.
Yes.
You guys, it's getting late there. It's like past 11.
Yep. So once we're done here, I will be heading straight to bed because I've got a busy day tomorrow.
Ooh,
So,
busy day.
on behalf of Liam, the magician, on behalf of Alex Haney, on behalf of myself, Canada F and Dry, when life hits you and knocks you down, it's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. Put the devil in the sharpshooter and just keep fighting.
Bye.